know both the good and bad. Disney's gonna ruin Fortnite. I miss when the game didn't look so realistic. Epic used UEFN to create Chapter 6. It looks like a creative map. And that's true. In March, Epic Games confirmed a season developed entirely in UEFN will launch by the end of next year. Now, our first impression of UEFN was the Fracture event, and most players had the same reaction.
There wasn't even an event! It was 2 trailers and fetching orbs for 35 minutes!
The community agreed events made by Epic were superior, but it's been 2 years since, and over time, these have gotten so much better. Animations and cutscenes started reappearing, with the latest concert actually holding a favorable opinion. You see, Epic is betting on UEFN because what's being added will change the game drastically. Every chapter, Fortnite adds a defining mechanic, whether it's weapon mods, car attachments, tactical sprint, there's always something. For Chapter 6, the first edition will be going pro. Yeah, the way we interact with the island won't be the same as today, especially with swinging being the second update. Spidey's mythics will love so much, and this time we'll be able to shoot while moving. It'll join some other insane changes like rope rappelling. This will let you climb up and down ropes around the map, which could be for the open world mode. We'll get to that in a second. The longest feature in development has been wall running, something fans have wanted for years at this point, and it's finally in the late stages. And obviously, Epic surprised everyone with this month's update, adding first person to creative, and that'll definitely be one of the biggest features to expect. With all of this releasing in December, will Fortnite become too realistic? Everything I just listed is very much inspired by games like Warzone and Apex Legends, and Chapter 5 is already taking us far away from the cartoony personality Fortnite once had. Throw prone and wall running into the mix, these feel like mechanics designed more for other modes, and that's the point when Epic releases the open world mode. After years of development, it is looking like this will be Epic's new project for Chapter 6. So far, we know it'll have a map that is way bigger than what we're used to, including multiple biomes, dynamic POIs, and NPCs. All very exciting news. But let's take a second to review the first year of Fortnite's metaverse. LEGO has clearly come out on top with the most players, Festival has been struggling, and now Rocket Racing has discontinued seasons. The question is, could this new mode suffer the same fate? One of the biggest mysteries surrounding Chapter 6
Totul ca la carte cu Philips Air Fryer Combi și aplicația Home ID. Zuzu împlinește 18 ani de magie într-o explozie de bucurie. Câștigă 10.000 de euro pentru party.
The question is, could this new mode suffer the same fate? One of the biggest mysteries surrounding Chapter 6 has been the map. For a while, we had no idea what to expect, until leakers dropped a bombshell. It'll be Japan themed. And we're not talking about futuristic Tokyo like Mega City, it's gonna be more traditional Japan, with temples, samurai, and feudal outfits. There are also leaks that another season in Chapter 6 will be Space Hero themed, with all of these survey skins being shown early. It'll be cool to see how it's handled, especially with the bosses that have been leaked. The map will feature tons of enemies, including a boss that'll wander around suspected to be some kind of assassin. 2 of them have the initials FS, and the others are just called P. I imagine it'll be like Samurai Peely or something like that. We've also noticed some concerns about Chapter 6's new LEGO mode. There's not many details around this, other than it's totally different to the survival one and not UEFN based at all. The response from players wasn't great, however, it is important to remember the developers of LEGO Fortnite are separate from the Battle Royale team, so this one actually isn't taking anything away from the main mode. Not everything is worrying about Chapter 6. For the longest time, fans have been demanding a change to the most hated part of Fortnite, and well, we're finally getting it. Here is our first look at the brand new locker, putting everything onto a single page instead of having to sort through tabs. We'll be able to just scroll down to anything we want, whether it's emotes, raps, or cars, but it's not as drastic as the much needed change to Discovery. Right now, you gotta admit, Fortnite's main menu is a mess, but that'll soon change with Chapter 6. This will make it way easier to tell the difference between crossover maps and official Epic playlists. The response from fans is a big thumbs up. It's not just menu changes, Reload is getting in on the action with a crazy update for Chapter 6. Instead of being locked to the OG style map, we'll soon be able to rotate between 2 different islands. I'm guessing one of them might be OG Chapter 2. And it says a lot about the future when our our current leaks mostly revolve around crossovers. Kinda like how NASCAR is heading to Fortnite very soon, already appearing in Rocket League and at the FNCS Global Championship. Not to mention, an Icon series has been revealed, bringing the first K-pop skins to the game. Festival is getting New Jeans as the featured artist for Season 7, and fans are going crazy over it. But this is one example of why a lot of players are actually worried about the next chapter. Think about it. If you compare chapters 4 and 5, the biggest differences to the game were in other modes. Tim Sweeney has recently done some interviews at Unreal Fest, which has left a lot of fans terrified about the future. There's a new feature launching this month called Fab, letting people download stuff for their UEFM maps. But Tim says he wants Fab to sell things that'll also work in games like Minecraft and Roblox. And it seems like that's the end goal for Fortnite as a platform, something that'll truly complete Tim's metaverse plan. When you hear stuff like this, it makes you realize what Fortnite is actually becoming, a full-on game engine. A lot of people are worried that Fortnite is becoming less and less like an actual video game and more of a platform like Roblox. In fact, Tim has already confirmed Unreal Engine 6 will let people publish their maps as standalone games in years to come. What do you guys think? Is it a good update or bad? Moving on, Disney has confirmed that their upcoming mode will be the ultimate bridge between Fortnite and one of the biggest universes in the world. That's the reason they shut down their entire metaverse department last year and invested billions of dollars in Epic Games instead. So when this releases, everyone's excited to run around as Disney characters like Mickey Mouse or Mike Wazowski, but Epic has confirmed you shouldn't get your hopes up if you're a Battle Royale player. Not every outfit will be able to do everything. A Lego minifig doesn't hold a gun. Brands should be able to enforce the guidelines to the degree that they're comfortable with. Basically what they're saying is, hey, you'll get more collabs than ever, but if you're looking to play BR with some of them, tough luck. If anything, this shows exactly why players are concerned about Chapter 6 and the game's future. If Epic are okay with ditching BR in favor of creating the metaverse, it just doesn't feel like good news for Fortnite's main mode. In the same time, it is making a bigger atmosphere, so I guess there is two sides to it. When it comes to live events, most players agree the quality has significantly decreased in recent years. Not only was Fracture an absolute disaster, but the following event, the Big Bang, ended up being a massive advertisement for new modes. If Fortnite continues this trend for Chapter 6, this year's event might just be another commercial, this time for the open world mode or other plans. It's a justified concern. After all, even our most recent event was kinda lackluster to some people. Fortnite spent weeks leading up to this massive battle against Dr. Doom, only for the coolest part to be in a pre-rendered cutscene that played beforehand. Afterward, we just blast bullets at him for like an hour and then he disappeared. It is a bit reminiscent of Fracture, but personally, I do like the mini events. It's a great way to keep things fresh, and we don't have to hold them to such a high standard. Once again, it does make sense why the community are using this to show concern for Chapter 6. So while all of this sounds like doom and gloom, what can Epic do to make Chapter 6 the best yet? Well, 2025 might actually be our last year experiencing Battle Royale the way we always have. Let's talk about live events. I mean, people are terrified that this year's finale is gonna be another commercial.
Scalp uscat? Hai să spun secretul meu.
Cu ingredient antimătreață dovedit clinic, aloe vera și vitamina E.
Have. Let's talk about live events. I mean, people are terrified that this year's finale is gonna be another commercial. And even if it is, at least we're getting multiple events per chapter. For the first time in years, we actually had seasonal storylines with payoffs happening on the map. Whether it was Pandora's box being revealed, Megalodon's pipeline exploding, or of course, us fighting Doom in a grand battle. In my opinion, they're all pretty solid mini events to keep us entertained throughout the year. I mean, sure, they're not as grand or mind-blowing as something like the Island Flip, but it is better than nothing, which is what we were getting the past couple chapters, keep in mind. For 2025, all Epic has to do is keep up this theme of seasonal events, and that'll be the crucial first step in saving Chapter 6. Even though there is a lot of evidence that Battle Royale is getting less resources and attention, you gotta remember, this is still Fortnite's golden goose. It consistently has the most players, overshadowing the other modes every single day. Not to mention, the Doom Mini event pulled in millions of people, something only Battle Royale can achieve. In Chapter 6, we'll probably continue to see the bi-weekly updates, balance changes, and mind-blowing seasons. These will always exist, and even though it might feel different being made in UEFN,